Triano is a basketball pioneer in Canada. He was a member of the national team, and now he's the head coach of the men's team. He also had time to write a new book called Open Look. I got a chance to sit down with Jay to discuss the book and all things basketball. So this is a big deal because you are the trick shot champion. Why did that happen? Why did that start?
I don't know. I think it's just being in a gym so much. Waiting for players to work out, working guys out, waiting for the next guy to come in. You're in the gym. I've been in the gym my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a fun thing to do. Find a target and try to hit it, figure out different ways to make shots.
So I did just get your book, but I read some of the beginning, and I thought that it was really interesting when you talk about Coach Donahue. And I thought, you know, it's really funny, some of the things that make an impression of us, and we don't even realize it's making an impression on us when it's happening. And then you get to a certain age, you realize you can make an impression like they left on you. When did you know that you could have that impression on people, and what did you first do about it?
I don't ever think of myself like that, and the book is really about, like, basketball is exploding right now in this country, but I want people to know a little bit about the history, what it was like before, because, you know, we're fighting to get to the Olympics. We went to the Olympics on a regular basis. 76 was in Montreal, 80 we qualified but boycotted, 84 we were 4th, 88 we were 6th. So there was a group of players that were fighting amongst the world. Now the basketball's grown around the world, and Canada is like on the verge of exploding. And it's just fun to be a part of that and show part of what the history is about.
When Coach Donahue was your coach in '83, you win the World University Games. Is there a story you always tell about that? Like, you know how there's one story we want to tell all the time?
The thing that I remember the most was that both teams marched in the tunnel, and then you walked along each side, and then you went across the free throw lines.
Yeah.
And as I was walking in, somebody held a sign out in front of me, and it said "Miracle on Wood." And the miracle on ice had happened 3 years earlier with the U.S. beating Russia, and I thought, why not?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that stuck with me, but all of a sudden it just felt like, miracle on wood, let's beat the United States. And sure enough, we win the gold medal and beat the United States.
That gives me goosebumps.
Yeah,
Just telling
it was crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, lead assistant with the Hornets. What's your role in getting this team back into the playoffs?
My job is really whatever James needs me to do.
Yeah.
He's a first-time coach who needed somebody who's been around the league for a long time, who's been a lead assistant before, who's been a head coach before, and just help him navigate through a season.
Yeah.
So, I'm responsible for the offense, and always kind of have been, and that's my role.
Offense, 49 threes in the first 3 games. That's an NBA record.
Yeah, yep. I know it's 3 games.
Yeah.
And everybody's starting to play that way, so we don't think that record's going to last a long time. But it's nice to have it, and it kind of rewards our guys for playing the right way.
You have a history of coaching guys at the younger stage of their career that turned out to be really good. Lillard, DeRozan, Nash, and Booker in Phoenix.
Yeah.
What do you see in those young guys individually? And did you know that they were going to have the ascension that they are having or have had?
Yeah, you know guys are going to be good when you first start working with them. When they start to seek you out. I remember Damian Lillard all the time. Every day I'd go into practice and he'd come to me.
Yeah.
Not coach looking for a player. He'd go, hey, what do you have today to make me better? Come on, coach, give me something. And I better be prepared every day I go into practice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that you can see it with greatness.
Yeah.
That's been the fun part of coaching. And that's kind of, that's why everybody asks about the national team. Why do you still do that? Why do you still do it? Well, I want 12 more guys to experience what I did as a player. If they can go to an Olympic Games and walk in with that Canadian flag on their chest and feel the pride of representing Canada, then that's enough for me as a coach.
Another guy with immense potential, RJ Barrett. What's his ceiling?
It's unlimited. I mean, this summer we had a lineup where we had Corey Joseph, and we started RJ, and we had Dylan Brooks, Kelly Olynyk, and Dwight Powell. So RJ was the lone young kid who's not in the NBA, and there were times while we were on the floor that he was our best player. So and he hasn't even touched the college court yet. So I'm like, damn, this he's got a chance to be super, super special.
So for the people that haven't read the book, or maybe they don't read because they're on Twitter constantly, can you give me one story in here that you like, a little anecdote?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I think, my relationship with Terry Fox was a big part of my life, and how we met and how I went through watching him tell everybody he was going to go on this run and nobody believing him. And it was like unfolding in front of me that anything can happen if you try. And, it was that brought me back to Jack Donahue, dream big dreams. You can do anything you want in life. And those are the things that I've kind of tried to do and live by. And so that book is about sharing all of them and how it all happened.
So when it's all said and done, you're writing this book and you're still working, you're working hard. But when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to say? I
think if I could have helped people extend their careers in the basketball world or represent their country, if I can help people's lives to be a little bit better because of the sport and because of something I may have given them or advice that I may have given them, then I take a lot of pride in that.
Thanks for doing this, man.
Man, my pleasure.
Great catching up with you.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thanks.